Hi, Tiffany here. In this video, I'm going to go over the complications if you inherit an IRA while you're living in Canada. Whether you're Canadian or an American, when you inherit an IRA as a Canadian resident, it creates complications. My goal with this video is to give you an overview of the things you need to consider so that you can avoid a costly mistake. Hi, I'm Tiffany Woodfield, a cross-border financial advisor and co-founder of Swan Wealth Management. Over the years, I've dealt with hundreds of clients that have cross-border investments. One of the most common questions that I get is, what do I do with a US inheritance? Some of the most common questions are, do I need to move it to Canada? How do I access it? Are there tax consequences of inheriting an IRA? Where do I try and find help? And do I need to convert it all to Canadian currency? There's three main things you need to know about: tax planning, currency, and investment management. When it comes to tax planning when inheriting an IRA as a Canadian resident, you have to be meticulous because the rules are always changing. We recommend working with a cross-border accountant and a cross-border advisor to get the proper advice. There are two main types of IRAs: a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA. With a traditional IRA, when you take a distribution, it's considered ordinary income and taxed at your current tax rates. In addition, you also have required minimum distributions based on a certain age and when you reach that age. In addition, if you take out withdrawals early, so before the age of 59 and a half, you may have to face penalties as well as being taxed on that income. The other account type of IRA is the Roth IRA. Traditionally, when you have a Roth IRA, you contribute to it with after-tax dollars, which means that when you take the money out, it isn't a taxable event. That's unless you've held the account for less than 5 years. If you have held it for less than 5 years, there could be tax on any of the growth within that account. As a non-eligible beneficiary of an inherited IRA, you have to liquidate the account 10 years after the original account owner's death. You can take it out as one lump sum, or you can spread it out over 10 years. If you're an eligible beneficiary, you have more flexibility. You can take it out as periodic payments, you can roll it into your own retirement account, or you can take it out as a lump sum. Either way, you need to keep in mind that when you withdraw from a traditional IRA, it's considered a distribution and is taxable income. That means you need to report it as a Canadian resident on your Canadian tax return, and it also needs to be accounted for your US taxes. Often this can be done through withholding taxes for the US, and you can use foreign tax credits to make sure that you avoid double taxation. When you withdraw money from an inherited Roth IRA, the distributions are generally tax-free, as long as the account has been open for 5 years. There are three common mistakes that people make when inheriting an IRA. The first is misreporting the income and taking advantage of using foreign tax credits. The next is not utilizing financial planning and timing when to take some of these withdrawals. Finally, whether you inherit a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, not understanding if you're required to take a required minimum distribution. When it comes to investment management, working with a cross-border advisor is key. The investment regulations are different between US and Canada, so it's really important to make sure you're on side with both of them so you avoid penalties and any legal issues. In addition, your investment choices might be limited because of the investment restrictions if you're working with an advisor who isn't licensed in Canada and the US. Not to mention, you're going to want your IRA managed according to your overall financial picture. If you work with a cross-border licensed financial advisor, they are licensed in Canada as well as the US and can manage your IRA regardless of where you live. At Swan Wealth, we offer comprehensive cross-border wealth management. This involves tax planning, estate planning, financial planning, and investment management. If you have $2 million or more in investable assets and are looking for a cross-border advisor, we recommend you schedule an introductory call to see if we can help. Click the link below to start the process of finding the right cross-border advisor.